Hey guys, this week we are talking about Ephesians chapter 5. We talked first this Sunday about how we are identified first as children of God, and how because of that love that God has for us, we are then called to respond with the way that we live our lives. If God doesn't love us first, then what's the point of following after anything that he commands us? But it's because of that love that we understand, that love that goes beyond what we can experience as humans on our own. That love is what makes us respond in the way that we live our life. I'm going to read a couple verses from this section. Starting in verse 8, it says, "For you were once darkness, but now you are light in the Lord. Live as children of light. For the fruit of the light consists in all goodness, righteousness, and truth. And find out what pleases the Lord, having nothing to do with the fruitless deeds of darkness, but rather expose them. It is shameful to even mention what the disobedient do in secret. But everything exposed by the light becomes visible, and everything that is illuminated becomes a light. This is why it is said, 'Wake up, sleeper, rise from the dead, and Christ will shine on you.'" We talked a little bit about what it's like when you're struggling with something. Maybe that's something that you're doing with your boyfriend or girlfriend. Maybe you're cheating on tests because you're on Zoom, and so it's a lot easier to do that than studying and being honest about how you're actually understanding the material. Maybe it's lying to parents to avoid getting in trouble. Maybe it's sneaking in screen time when you know that mom and dad have told you that you're not allowed to be on your iPad anymore. It can look like a lot of different things, but whenever we're holding on to these things, that is this darkness. This thing that is apart from God, this thing that maybe we don't want to talk about in our small groups or with our families or with our friends, because we know that these things are not what we're supposed to be doing. These things are not what we're called to. And so we hold these things in the darkness, and we don't want to bring them into the light. But guys, we're called to be children of light. We are light because of what God has done. And the more and more crap that we hold in the darkness, the more and more difficult it is to bring it into the light. Here at Journey Student Ministries, we want to create a space where you guys are seen, known, and loved. One of those things that goes with those three characteristics is bringing this darkness into the light in a safe space. As we're going into our small groups, I want to encourage you guys to think through these questions that your small group leader has, these questions that we spent time reflecting on Sunday. Think through these. What is it that you have in the darkness that needs to be brought into the light? What are some things that maybe you're struggling with in your individual walk with God that you're afraid to share? We have a community here at Journey, this space where you can share freely, without fear of being shamed or judged. This is a place where you're loved. Have fun in small group.